I bought a house when I was drunk. You do this shit when you don't have kids. As I want to say it's an investment, but I don't really invest money. I don't have a lot of money, but I try to hide assets from myself. Like an old booze bag, like an old rummy. We'll put a fifth in the toilet tank and a couple of nip bottles up in the chandelier. So when Mama comes pouring his hooch down the drain, he has a secret stash. Because I know eventually, some fucking problems are going to go wrong physically or whatever. And I'm going to go, oh, I have that fucking dumb house I bought when I was drunk. I could cash that in. I got a good friend of mine who does stocks and shit. Like, all right, here's some money. I don't need hanging around for some dumb cocaine impulse buy or, I don't know, gambling. How much for an ounce of that? Oh, how much is that in Pfizer shares? I couldn't get to it quick enough. So I'll have a little something when all the... This show is going to go awkwardly for a little while longer. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of, So, So I bought this house. It was a friend of mine from Minneapolis. She's like, hey, I'm going to move down where I live in Bisbee, Arizona. She goes, I'm still thinking of moving down to Bisbee. I saw this house. I've been watching it. On the internet, and it went down. It's down from 119,000 to 79,000. It's right behind you. I'm like almost touching my house, and I'm like, she goes, I don't have the credit though, so it's a problem, and I'm drunk. And I said, fuck, I got credit. I'll buy the fucking house, and you can just pay me payments. And I know you have this problem because you have real lives, but you realize at a point where you have friends and you realize you don't really like them. Like every week they're like, oh, we're going there to watch football, and Jim's coming, and Carolyn is gonna be. Fucking Carolyn, why? You always hang out with her, but you're always irritated. Why do you have that relationship? And I realize that's why I've got a life where I travel all the time. So people I realize I don't never notice because I only see them like once a year. Hey, in Minneapolis, and we'll go drink with Jen. But then I thought, sober in the morning, I don't want that fucking lady living right next to me. I have to sit through those boring fibromyalgia stories and watch her sweat through her shirt in the winter. I don't want that every fucking day. So I'll just lowball on the house. It was like 79. I offered 59, and they took it immediately. Fuck no, I have a house I don't want, and someone is going to move into it that I don't like. So we got our friends in there. Really good friends. Nowhere Man and a Whiskey Girl. Now, some of you know where we're going down this dark road. Other people don't. And that's why it's going to be fun. So they're really good friends of ours. They're a musical husband-wife duo act, and they're bingo, my girlfriend's best friends, and they play, hey, we'll move them in there, and all you have to do is just take care of our house. We made a little sneaky door in between the fence so they can sneak in the back, take care of the dogs, their shit, when we're on the road. It's a good deal, but you got to have me as a landlord. And we'd fuck with him relentlessly. Because he's wicked. She's got lupus, gonna go to dialysis 3 times a week, and her fucking kidneys are stage 5 shitty bad. So I'd always fuck with her about, oh, you're dead soon. Like she'd try to make play. Hey, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? I'm probably going to your funeral. I just constant fuck with her about her lupus. And he has the OCD so bad, like any pee poopy shit. So we'd sneak in. You know what a pee puck is? I know this is very juvenile joke shop shit. A pee puck is a thing you can get. It's like that blue thing you put in the toilet tank that cleans your bowl. This is yellow, so it makes your toilet tank look like it's always fucking vitamin-rich piss in it. And we pee pucked them because I got keys to his fucking house. I own that fucking house. And he said, for weeks, and he was thinking, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't want to painted the house like violent pink with sunshine orange trim. That's what you get for that good deal. You walk my dog. So last week, Whiskey Girl, the girl Amy, she got a blood infection, and they had to go to Tucson to go to the hospital, and then they thought maybe they're going to have to do open heart surgery. So Derek, the Nowhere Man, he comes back from seeing her at the hospital on Friday, and we had been podcasting, and he comes in and I'm like, yeah, I think they're going to do open heart surgery on Monday. And I'm like, let's fucking do a podcast right now. We'll call it the Cliffhanger Podcast to see if she's going to be dead or not after the open heart surgery. We don't, she's not going to be dead, but since I give her so much shit, hey, let's do this. And we had a fucking great podcast, and we put it out immediately. And then we're leaving Monday to do this stupid tour. And we're all dressed up for the flight, and we're about to leave. And fucking Derek Nowhere Man calls and she fucking died. Before even the surgery. She just fucking sees you have a goddamn died. Like knocked the fucking wind out of you. Like, fuck. I can go on this tour and that podcast is already out. I can't take it back. I was just like stunning at bingo. Like, I'm not going. She's going to stay home. She had to cancel coming on the road to be with him because he's going to be fucking batshit. And Jaylee and I are already, my tour manager over there, you might notice, was similarly dressed. We dress like assholes when we fly because I get bumped up to first class a lot. And I think it's really important to look like a complete fucking idiot to annoy the shit out of people. Because I'm at an age where you got, hey, that guy might not be kidding about that. He's not a fucking hipster. He's like an old, fucking worn out looking, Revenge of the Nerds looking guy. Booger. Is he serious or not? So we get on the plane. The one good thing about someone dying suddenly like that, it just takes you aback. It puts everything in perspective for a minute, where you really don't give a fuck about anything. And what bill is laid? Who gives a shit? I have to do a show where, when? Oh, fuck you. Like you realize everything is so. There's no better day drunk than the dead friend day drunk. You just sit there and nothing matters and fuck work and fuck you. We're just gonna sit here and drink. So we're on the plane, sitting in first class, dressed like fucking assholes, with people looking at us, except now we're crying. So not only do we look cartoonish, but we're weeping, which is what makes it way more confusing. Like they think, oh, it's Halloween season, maybe it's what do you do, Anchorman or something? Wait, that guy's fucking bawling. I was crying through my eye mask once. Charlie told me. He looked at me. I had an eye mask on once, and his tears coming. So we get to our connection in Atlanta, and Bingo, my girlfriend's with Nowhere Man, and he's handling it all right. They're crying, but they're like us, day drinking. And he said he can't deal with telling people that she's fucking dead. So he gave me the login and password to her Facebook and said, hey, tell people. Don't go too weird with it. Because I can't be bothered. I just can't face all these people going, oh, I'm so sorry. So I wrote it, but I wrote it in her voice. Hey guys, bad news, I'm dead. Please give Derek as much space as possible when he can handle this. He'll come around, go out and do something nice for someone. I miss you all, blah, blah, blah. And we're at shit-faced. I'm doing this in the Atlanta fucking Sky Club. And we get finally blackout, mostly drunk. But I called to check in when we were about to fall down when we landed at White Plains. And she goes, oh, fucking Derek thought that was hilarious. And that's like the only time I care about getting a laugh. Obviously not here. Like when you can make someone, your fucking wife just died, and she's like, he's fucking just dying laughing that you did that in her voice. And like, all right, go to bed. Nothing worse, nothing better than the dead friend day drunk. Nothing worse than the fucking dead friend day drunk hangover. Next morning, 1 o'clock, we finally get to breakfast. I'm staring at eggs. And the phone rings and it's Bingo, and she's in more hysterics. I need you right now. I go, well, did she get deader? No, nowhere, man. After a nice happy day of drinking, goes back to my goddamn drunk by fucking rental house and blows his fucking brains out all over my goddamn wall. Yeah, get a security deposit, even if they're friends of yours. Get a goddamn security deposit. At least Dexter the bedroom, right? My girlfriend yesterday was fucking scrubbing brains off walls. She doesn't know how to handle this shit. She doesn't have that kind of. She's touched by an angel mentally. She can't. Trying to get rid of this mattress before the family gets. So that's how this tour started. Those are notes of shit I was supposed to say that's funny. I always love a story where the fucking guy dies and you don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah. He had it planned. He bought the gun on the way back from the hospital, bullshitted her like he was happy, and then he knew he was going to fucking kill himself. That's the thing about guns. There's no 3-day waiting period to find out if you still really love your wife that much that you don't want to be without her.